Tisha and Tiffany and Tisha, TNT, and today we are at the Locals Nutrition, and I'm having an amazing iced coffee. Hopefully it somehow makes me skinnier in the next 20 minutes, so keep watching to find out. I don't know. So today,
oh my god,
I do this to her every week and it gets better and better every time. So today we're going to be talking about mom guilt and how we, and disclaimer, this is our personal stories, this is our personal feelings, how it's just us talking. Right, so again, this is us. This is a Tisha and Tiffany TNT thing. If you do not agree, we're not holding you hostage, but we appreciate you being here. Thanks. So, Tiffany.
Yes, ma'am.
My bestie who seems to somehow understand everything that I be going through, and sometimes we go through it at the same time. So, are we going to talk about our most recent discovery that apparently coincided with each other immediately? Because that kind of goes with the mom guilt.
Right.
So,
well,
I'll share if you're not comfortable, or if you want to share.
Let's get into it.
Okay, cool.
You go ahead.
Gloves off. Boom. So today I'm feeling amazing because I finally got out of my little depression and did my depression clean. And I don't know if you've ever dealt with that, to where your house is a hot mess. Mostly your room normally. That's normally where my clutter goes. I can take care of everybody else, but my personal space is always the space that is the most jacked up. And my daughter literally came in to my bedroom and she looks around and she goes, "Oh, you're not depressed anymore." And I'm like, "What? How do you know?" She's like, "Because your room is clean."
Yeah.
So that goes along with the mom guilt, because it's kind of like, how can I tell you to keep your room clean?
Right.
And my room looks like a bomb blew up in it, or my car is dusty, hasn't been washed in I don't know how long. Detailers, what even is that at this point, you know?
Right.
Dishes piling up in the sink, the whole I'll do it later, all of that not so fun jazz. So Tiffany, I feel like you might maybe relate.
Girl,
to that.
of course I can relate 100%. You already know.
I don't know.
I definitely can relate, and not even knowing, we just shared this before filming, I had my depression cleaning this weekend as well. And I told Tisha, I'm like, sorry if I smell like bleach, because I just bleached the bathroom down. But yeah, it's a real thing. Depression is real. Mom guilt is real. And I think it's an important conversation to have.
It really is.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing for me is when something pops up at work and you have to do it, or you get to do it. However, you still have tiny humans who don't always understand that I have to go do this thing so that I can bring home the check, so that we can do the things that you want to do without me checking my phone every 5 seconds, or worrying about oh, I could have made X, Y, and Z if I would have just done that. So that's kind of it for me. But where does your mom guilt, I guess, show up the most?
Definitely the same, like you said, especially in the industry. Yeah, we're in. You know, our leads, our clients, they don't come easy. So when something comes up, you're like, I got to get on it right now. And I got to try to secure this deal. I got to try to secure this client so that I can get paid, you know, and then everything else kind of falls by the wayside. And so for me, you know, with the girls being older, I feel like they can handle it, but they're still little girls, and of course they're still my babies, you know. And what hurts me the most is they're always like, "Mom, you're always on the phone," or "You're always on the computer." And to me, I'm like, no, I'm not. You know. But their perspective is definitely different, you know. And then every night I go to bed feeling guilty, like, man, I could have did more with them. I could have did, you know, something. But it's just something that I'm dealing with, and definitely trying to balance, you know, find that balance.
That is really hard, especially okay, I feel like it's not just me, right? So our thing, of course, we're all nerds, we're gamers in my family, so we'll be having family game night. Everybody's got their own Xbox. We have got it down to a science. You get this Xbox, I got my Xbox, Joel has his, and Adonis is on his tablet. Headphones in, we're all probably playing, if we're all playing together, we're probably playing Destiny, or what's that other game with the imposters?
Oh, Among Us?
Yeah, we're playing.
How do I know that? Because I'm not a gamer.
Yes, we're gonna convert her.
Oh no.
So we'll be playing Destiny or Among Us, and then my phone will go off with the lead, and speed to lead for those who are not in real estate. If you don't get on it. That call might route to somebody else, and now you're going to be watching them closing in a few months crying.
Exactly.
So that will like just, it breaks me every time. But it's like, if I don't take this call,
right,
who knows what could happen. And what really like grinds my gears, let's say it is a lead, we'll be talking, then come to find out it's not really someone that is actually trying to transact. So I took time away from my children for what exactly? And I understand not everybody does that, and I understand sometimes you do just want to look, because before I was a realtor, like looking at houses is my jam. Like HGTV all day long, that's me. Signing up on websites, which I feel bad for, to every realtor now.
Sorry,
I'm so sorry. Like, can I really just apologize? I was just trying to build my dream life and my vision board with those photos. I'm so sorry if you ever called me and I'm like, you got the wrong number. It was me. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So, like, okay, now on the other side of that, I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
So not only mom guilt, but fellow realtor guilt. Like, dang, did I like somewhat call somebody to do the same thing that I'm doing right now, to where they saw me coming freshly divorced, freshly broke because her ex-husband took everything. And I'm over here looking at houses for my vision board. So again, my bad. If you see me around town, don't deck me, okay? I'm sorry. It was her fault. I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding. But that times, they really just, it sucks.
But you can now have a bit of empathy, but you understand. But also, again, like you said, not even just getting the lead, and then what about following up and nurturing that lead? It might be someone who does, have the intentions to buy or sell, further out, but you have to follow up. You have to, nurture them by making the phone calls, checking in regularly, and that takes time away from the kids and other chores as well.
And sometimes they just don't care. Like, they understand, but like mine, even my 4-year-old, he understands perfectly well, because his goal is Disney. All he talks about, Disney. When are we going? I didn't even know, apparently my boyfriend hasn't been to Disney either. So when I'm like talking about, I put our little vision board, then I have us under there. He's like, wait, I've never been to. So we had to stick him over there. So they get it, but do they care? So when you're having those moments, or even, bigger circle, right? So you're working, you're already feeling guilty because you're not as present. Like, you're there, like you and I are here together. However, mentally I could be somewhere totally different.
Exactly.
So when you're already dealing with that, then you have people that don't really see that you're working, because with this career we can work wherever we want, whenever we want, for however long we want. So in some people's minds, oftentimes family, that equals they're not working, so I can call them, I can text them, or if they don't answer my call, I'm gonna call them right back.
Right.
So for you, how are you working on that? Because my boundary game is a little, we're working on it. Well, what advice do you have? Teach me your ways.
That was the hardest for me, but again, it's just coming to the point where, hey, you have to set the boundary. I have to get this done. This is my job. This is how I feed my kids.
True that.
This is my livelihood. So you just have to say, set a schedule. I know KW is really big on time blocking.
Wow, Angela.
And following a schedule. So, talk to your family. Hey, this is my schedule. Present the schedule to them from this hour to this hour. Mommy, or I'm working, So if you want to meet that goal, you want to go to Disney, you want to go out, I got to do this. I have to lead gen. I have to do all these things so we can get a paycheck.
True that. Paycheck for Disney or Hogwarts. So if you know anybody that needs a nerdy realtor, ta-da.
Yes,
or if you know anyone that needs an expert realtor at everything, who's just amazing, that would be her.
Oh my goodness.
So with that in mind, what is, and I know it's not just me, what is the funniest thing someone's ever probably heard in the background when you had to work at home because your family was just like,
oh gosh,
well, you're here, so we're gonna be here together.
Right. Well, the girls, for the most part, they're pretty good.
In my case, there have been, I'm sure, multiple F-bombs dropped in the background. So what I normally try to do, since he has a whole dedicated office, he can go in there and game, but does he? No. So I'll be sitting in my little office area, which is unfortunately just off to the living room. So anyone who games, you kind of know how that gamer rage can go. I'm guilty of it. So occasionally I'll be discussing, oh, how many beds and baths would you like? And then in the background, you son of a I'm like, okay.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, can we like just dial that back? Or trying to do a Zoom with somebody and your naked 3-year-old walks in.
Ooh.
That one's always fun. It just comes in. Mommy, I need a towel. And so I'm just like there on camera like, please don't walk this way. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Like, I just that reporter whose baby wandered in.
I saw that.
So there's screaming children, normally beating the tar out of each other, screaming gamer boyfriend, or he randomly just decides to start practicing in the middle of the day with no warning and the speaker just blares. So then I'm having a heart attack while on the phone. Or now the kitten who just, her communication style is just to walk up to me and scream.
Oh.
So...
No, ma'am.
Well, dangling from the curtain. I have really, really nice curtains by my because me, I deserve nice things. So,
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I put the nice curtain right by my office area. What does this little monstrosity do? She starts climbing on it, dangling on it. She must have got freaked out. So she's screaming in the background while I'm trying to make phone calls. So, phone in one hand or headphones on, but they still pick up everything while trying to like detangle a cat. So, that's always fun. So with that all that could happen, what advice would you give to someone who's like, you know what, I'm at my wit's freaking end. I'm either gonna because my thought process once upon a time had been, you know what, if it's going to require this much, not friction, not necessarily hostility, but like just general bad vibes, so we'll put it that way, between me and my little people, because they want so much of my attention and they're just not understanding the entrepreneurial thing. Maybe I should just quit and get a regular job.
Oh my gosh.
So I know I've had that like conversation with myself. I'm like, I don't want to give up, but at the same time, having those systems in place, they do help. So what advice would you give to someone who is literally like about to call their BIC, about to close down their shop, about to
eavesdropping on my conversation this morning? Like, what?
Well, hold on.
Well, yes.
This is not tea, but...
Yes, like, I go back and forth with this, but it's difficult. And I talked to Amber this morning. I know. But it's hard out here, guys, for a realtor. And we're talking about all moms, but it's especially hard for single moms. I mean, you have a partner, but you still feel like that responsibility falls on you because they're your kids at the end of the day. And same here, but... it's really hard, and I think like you just said, you had dropped some, good nuggets. Designated space. We work about 30 to 35 minutes away from our office, so it's not feasible for us to go to the office every day and have that. So create your own space, create your office space, set a schedule, and stick to it. And set those boundaries with the little ones, with your other family members, with your partner, if you are all working from home. And that could definitely set up an environment to work and get the work done. But don't talk about crying because I already did enough of that this morning. But
see this again. Which is why I keep saying we're related, and one of our parents need to know and tell the truth, because the way that our stories line up so much, like I could talk about this woman all day long for that exact reason. I don't know when God was like, hey, I'm going to put someone amazing in your life and you're never going to forget them. But he did the thing with this one, because I'm telling you, our stories are like this. It's freaky. So mom,
she's just
dad,
more vocal.
Is this my sibling? Like, don't play. Like, is this... I'm calling my mom when we hang out. Like, I'm telling you right now. That's crazy, man, because I'm definitely purely, sometimes just purely out of mom guilt and like frustration, to where it's like I feel like I'm pleading for help from my tribe to be like, I really need to do this, but I really need somebody to watch these kids, because if they don't, I cannot focus, because then I'm gonna feel bad about them being here and be like, oh mom, I want to hang out. Now let me hang up the phone or stop sending the email, go do the snacks, or play with him because he wants to tell a baby no. Like, mommy, do you want to play? And then the guilt from his sister will creep in because I did miss all of her younger, like I didn't even see my daughter's first steps, and I will always want to cry about that because my mom thinks she either called me or texted me and she's like, she took her first steps. That's something I'll never be able to get back. Why? Because I was working a freaking 9 to 5 and I missed it. So to avoid, my son's 4, so I didn't miss that with this one. However, those, hey, do you want to play times, and I'm like looking at him, then I'll look at his 12-year-old sister, I'm like, that went really fast. So if I say no to you right now, I feel like I'm risking missing like those core memory moments where he's like, oh, my mom used to do this with me, my mom used to do that. And like, okay, what's the narrative going to be? Like, let's see, 10 years from now when he's 14, like, is he gonna be like, oh, my mom used to do all these amazing things and she created this awesome life? Or is he gonna be one of those kids that's like, my mom was never around, she's always working, she's always on her phone, blah, blah, blah. So it's like the whole thing. But as an amazing woman said, I bet you'll guess where this came from. Your perspective is not their reality. Wonder where I got that from.
Not here.
From Coach Regina.
I'm about to say Regina, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, and you're absolutely right. My mom was a single mom, and her main priority was that we were provided for. So she worked, you know, worked herself to death. But in a sense, looking back, we were neglected emotionally. Yeah, we had everything as far as food, clothes, shelter, and all of that, but the connection wasn't there. So for me, I battle with, hey, if I don't work, we don't eat. But I also want to be there, you know, and be present. I don't want, you know, that same experience like you just said. And I don't want to miss out on those core memories. So I feel like I always have to be there. But again, if I'm there physically, am I there mentally, you know? So it's just so much, you know. And I think as far as real estate, we do have that freedom. But we know if we're not putting in the work, we're not getting paid.
Find this freedom that people speak of. To where they're like, you know, you're a realtor, you can do whatever you want. It's like, I have to be mindful of what I say all the time, whether I'm amongst friends or not. Even if like, if I'm in public and you and I are talking about something, I have to be mindful. I can't take pictures of half my outfits that I would normally wear when I go out on the weekends because you are now a public figure. So, again, this freedom is like, y'all really think.
And your reputation is everything. But I think, like you were saying too about your family, for me, it was harder because I was a stay-at-home mom. You worked a 9 to 5, but I was just a stay-at-home mom. So it's kind of harder for me to put that responsibility on somebody else. And I feel like I have to be there. So for me, it's about accepting the help more than, you know, not having the help. I have it, but I don't accept it. Because I feel like I gotta be superwoman, you know, and that's draining. And again, I can't be everywhere. I can't, you know, I can't do it all. So I need to accept the help, tap into my village. It does take a village.
It really does, because good Lord, nowadays, if nothing else but for your own mental support. Yes, that whole you can't pour from an empty cup, that's real. That's really, really real. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the resources to do all the things. Let's say, right now, the way I was feeling 2 weeks ago, if my dad, who has offered to do this before, was like, hey, I'm gonna take you and your kids to Disney, just pack your stuff and let's go. Sure, I would have the resource available to go, but while I'm there, I'm still not going to be like mentally, all I'm going to want to do is lay in a corner and cry. So my advice would be, don't forget to take care of yourself and actually take it seriously. Don't just disappear like I tend to do and then just go.
I did not pick up the phone. I will not.
See, that's another great thing about our friendship though, right?
Yeah.
We get it. Like both of us, and this time it was me. She wrote me on,
I think it was Saturday morning.
She wrote me on Saturday morning. I may or may not have just now responded to her.
I'm like, not Tisha, but okay. It's okay, I get it.
We're working through it. So don't do that. Actually talk about it sometimes. And if you have a genuine friend who tells you that you can reach out to them.
Yes, don't look at me. Go ahead.
Reach out to them.
Yeah, you're right.
Some people don't really accept help from other people.
I told you I'm working on it. I am.
And if you know a mom like that, don't wait for her to say anything to you. Just let her know what you need.
Thank you. And I respect that. You always ask me, like, what do I need and how can I help you? Like, I love that about you.
That's not what I say.
Well, it's along those lines.
She makes me sound so much nicer. However, this one right here, like I'm telling you, I will go to war behind her.
Aww.
If I think anything's wrong with her, normally my first question is, who do I need to beat up?
Yes, that's true. That is
and then
true.
we could like weed everything else after that. It's not that type of okay, cool. Now you can tell me what's wrong. But the second I find out someone hurt my sweet little lamb chop,
oh my God.
okay, let me just put these. I'm gonna go grab a ski mask out the car and be right back.
Yes.
So if you have a friend like that in your life, let me tell you, you better hold on to them.
Aww.
Hold on to them, love on them, nurture them, and check on your strong friends. As I always say, because she's definitely a strong friend. Yeah. However, you gotta know when to like be like, you know, just slide on in those DMs. Like, hey girl, hey, how you doing? Are you stressy and depressy? And do you need a mimosa? Because
yeah, you're so right. You're so right. And honestly, like, even just checking, I don't know, I just feel things, and I'm like, let me just go ahead and check in on Tisha. And you didn't respond.
That's funny.
Yeah,
like she knew, because that day I was just like, I think I was in the bed, and I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. Like, I was doubting everything else. I was like, I would just cry it out.
Yeah.
Like, and it sucks because sometimes too, you'll, like, say in my case, I'll go to the office, be like, yeah, I'm fine, having regular conversations in the whole drive home. Like, I won't even have music on. I'm just like, I can't. Like,
Same here.
So sometimes it's not always good to be super alone with your thoughts because they will get you sometimes. So that friend that checks in, or if you notice yourself kind of like starting to get to that point, don't wait until you hit flat bottom. And that's my biggest thing, because it can go one of two ways. You're too far gone, you don't talk to anybody, and you just work through it by yourself, or you might accidentally like blow up on somebody because you're suppressing all your crap, and then by the time you deal with it, that poor person, innocent bystander, and now you've done unloaded all your trauma on them, and they're just like, I just said good morning, and you're like, what's good about it?
That's so true. That is so true.
So, and invest in noise canceling headphones. Sometimes you just need a moment to yourself, and you can't physically be by yourself, so that also has worked, because I will put those suckers on and chew my kids out in a heartbeat, and then we're all happy. So that is my advice. So noise canceling headphones, get a Tiffany in your life, and check on the Tiffany in your life, because it's a Tiffany. Everyone needs one of these. They're amazing. Let's see, what was the other one? Just don't let your crap in, and actually know when to ask for help. That's the biggest thing. And I think for sure, Black women especially, we gotta take that daggone cape off. Like, the 2023, take that sucker off, launch it, and burn it. Like, we're not doing that no more. We're trying to enter the soft girl era. You don't have to be the strong Black woman. Like, ask for help. It's fine. And whoever is not there for you, obviously, well, there you go. That's, you done weeded out your...
Exactly.
You weeded it out. It's cool. So who stayed is meant to be with you. So everything else, let it go. That is my final advice on that.
Yes. Aww. And I think one more piece I had wrote down on my notes was not comparing myself to others, not comparing my journey to others, not comparing how I parent, not comparing my business, because that...
Lord, don't do that one.
Yeah, that can bring about a lot of guilt. You feel like you should be in this place in your business or in your life, and you're not. You feel guilty for the mistakes you've made, the decisions you've made. So I know that's a big one for me. Exactly.
Especially the parenting one. Like, oh my Lord, there's Jackie has one friend, and her mom is like the sweetest, most humble woman ever. But every time we have to hang out with them, I feel so horrible, because I'm like, I am still not a millionaire yet.
For real.
Because her friend, that friend is really rich, so being around them is kind of like, like, oh, so what'd you and your kids do over spring break? And I'm like,
for real. Exactly.
They went to the office with me.
Exactly.
They learned how mommy circled prospects. That's what they did for spring break.
Right. And I'm kind of dealing with that now, because Azel's asking, can I go to a camp? I'm like, girl, do you know how much camp costs? And Chloe wants dance classes and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I can't right now. I really can't. And then I feel like just guilty. Like, I can't even give them the things that they want, not need, because they have everything.
I was going to say, first of all,
your
kids are adorable and very well taken care of. Heck, you got some... Sorry.
Girl, they
Just her
do.
kids
They
are very
have
well
what they
taken care
need.
of.
And I'm thankful for that. Like, we lack no good thing, and yours don't either. And they have an awesome mom, and just being present and aware, you know, we're halfway there. We're halfway there.
I mean, I'm still,
everything
working
else
on my
will come.
maturity with them because,
It will
she
come.
would be the mature one. I'm like, we're gonna call Miss Tiffany. I'm like, I don't care. I'll do it again and record me doing it and send it to her and tell her. The next time you act up or don't do your homework, the same thing gonna happen.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if I thought and I was comparing Tiffany, like Tiffany would probably not prank her children.
Oh no. Oh Lord.
Prank her children, just be as bratty as her children are in response to their brattiness, and that's me. So yeah, don't compare yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be a hot mess over here crying. It's like, I know she wouldn't do that, but I lost my cool, and then I took the cable to the Xbox, and I.
Oh Lord.
In my defense, it is my Xbox, so they just inherited it. So technically, still mine. I don't care.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, if we can get those down pat, you know, we'll be good. You know, and then the business will flourish with time.
It will. Just gotta stick to a darn schedule. In my case, that's literally it. Schedules and boundaries. Schedules and boundaries.
I agree.
That's pretty much it. If I get that down, then there's no telling. I'm gonna be on Tiffany's list.
Oh yeah, right.
I'll be the one dressing professional next time.
Whatever.
So, no Hogwarts shirts.
All right.
That's guys. A lie and a half. But
yeah, and it's okay not to be okay. You know, it's
that
okay
part.
to take a break and, like you said, ask for help.
And if you have to cry, cry.
Yeah. I cry every day, every night. Every night it's something.
To be working on that.
It's something.
I mean, it seems like we flipped roles on that because that's how I ended up with her at Keller Williams, is because I would cry every single day and call her. And she was probably like, I'm about sick of this girl crying and talking to me. So I'm gonna need for you to switch firms and quit crying. I'm just kidding. She wasn't at all that nice. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness.
She was never gonna do another video with me ever. Just gonna have to wait outside her house with a giant I'm sorry sign. So please like the video so that Tiffany doesn't kick me out of her entire existence.
Whatever.
I'm treading on thin ice, you guys.
All right, guys. So what advice do you have for working? I know it's like cricket. Working moms, not just single moms, but as moms, we all have a lot on our plate. So,
moms, dads, I already know. Don't come for us in these comments, okay? I already said at the beginning this was our view of the situation. Right. This can apply to single dads, single moms in general, working dads, working moms. Right. Just how do you find the balance? Because obviously we need help.
Yes.
So like and share.
Yes.
So Tiffany won't kick me out the video.
What? All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon. All right, bye.